and begin! Bravo! Welcome. Goodbye. Good day for a swell battle. Now go! Here's a real high-class bout. Now go! Here's a real high-class bout. And begin! A brawl is surely brewing. You're up! Daka! A brawl is surely brewing. It's on!
should not be a problem. But sometimes, I mean, stars moves in a very hectic way. Sometimes they are very hard to dodge. You can get ambushed by one of those. This phase is always very, very dangerous. So you need to be very careful not to die here. That definitely put Daka back into this race. Looks like he finished the fight cleanly. Not gonna be a very, very good time. But yes, yeah, 109 is actually without the glitch is very good. So Daka definitely needs to nail the glitch right now. You want to save some time to compare to Luigi, definitely needs this glitch. It looks like he's in good shape, damage output looks the correct one. And oh, it looks this is a bit close. No, it's not gonna take it. So he decided to play safe, not to damage push for the second time and keeping this second hit just in case. Whereas Luigi is now moving towards the Kag Incarnation fight, which is a pretty straightforward fight, unless you get very nasty patterns with more minions hanging around the screen. Sometimes these minions can be very spammy, and keeping yourself alive can be Luigi with no problems at all. Gets rid of the flower, and so we should be. By the way, I think the commentary should now be back. Let us know if it's not.
Yeah, it seems
alright.
like
Alright, so since it looks like no one actually heard our introduction, actually, I mean, we are actually I'm the call, and I'm commentating with Salmon Buffalo. Say hi again to our audience.
Hello.
Yeah, in phase of the introduction, we said basically very quickly that this is a very important match, especially for Daka, because a win here would put in very ahead into the race for the top 8, which is mainly against me, since this is my group. And me and also Justin and Dino. Whereas Luigi, I mean, already won the first race, and so another victory basically secured in spot for the top 8. Right now, the most important part of this race, Daka died to Ribbon Crocs, which caused him quite a lot of time because the death was very late into the boss. So basically, there's pretty much a boss of difference between the two. I mean, a death from Luigi can definitely put Daka back into this. But... oh, we are really loud, so let me try see if we can. Actually, gonna switch audio. Then I don't know. How is it right now? Can you hear me, Salmo, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, looks like he's lower me. No. I don't know if I can do something on my side. This.
It looks like we're working on it, so.
I mean, let's go on then. Technical stuff.
Anyway, we see Luigi here picking up the bombs, which will be useful in the coming plane levels, such as Wally Warbles. One interesting thing to note, whereas when we're doing like a regular boss stage, you can swap weapons pretty much at will, just keep mashing and you'll be fine. But with the plane, you don't want to do that. There's a very specific rhythm that you want to use when switching between the machine gun and the bombs.
Yeah, something like that. It's kind of a syncope, right? It's proved that you cannot mash like the weapons of each plane, but here. Wally Warbles fight here is going pretty well for Luigi. Kind of a bad RNG here, since we don't really want the burst splitting the part, since this makes the bigger hitbox actually unartable. So this makes us lose time, but he got 39 with the burst splitting, which is pretty impressive. I mean, Luigi now is playing a great Cuphead, and this for Daka is not getting easier. It's already a death. Yeah, it's already a death behind, and Luigi is also playing. So it's gonna be hard for Daka, but everything can still happen in this game.
Yeah, we still have like a world and a half at least, so Luigi has a lot of time to mess things up.
Yes, and especially this boss, the genie. This is one of those bosses where Daka is in a pretty scary situation. You really don't want to freeze the bird so high in the screen, because If it's placed there, you actually cannot reach him with bombs. So this makes the fight a lot slower and a lot risky because you cannot one cycle and you have to wait for another one. The genie fight can be sometimes very tricky because at the end of the fight we actually need to stay very close to the sarcophagus, and it's very hard to actually see in advance where the ghosts uh, are gonna appear. So even for experienced runners, this is always a very scary moment because Daka died. Wally War was very
Oh
unfortunate.
no.
He got badly cornered by the bird and hard splitting. And in that situation, if you haven't damaged heavily the bird previously, you are basically done for because you have to not move in a very narrow spot, no space, basically no space. You are cornered, and then the bird starts spitting out things that are very hard to avoid.
Meanwhile, Luigi got the Jimmy glitch. What you saw on his screen during that fight was him hanging down in the lower left corner and shooting bombs off screen, which you may think like, why do that? But it turns out there's a hitbox hidden just off screen, and by constantly firing bombs at it through the pillar phase, you can trap him in the sarcophagus phase and completely skip the last two phases of that fight.
Luigi may have got here the epic glitch a little bit early. Let's see if the balloon pops. Okay, no, it apparently was just the correct timing to have the balloon appear in the center of the screen. Sometimes if you trigger the epic glitch too soon, the balloon gonna pop up very high in the screen, sometimes even out of bounds, making him very hard to reach and making the fight very long. 31. It's an incredible split. Luigi's is doing a great run right now. 31 Beppy, 39. Wally Warbles are very great time. Almost world record level times. So Luigi's pulling off incredible runs.
Yeah, and glitches like these, like Beppy is still possible on current patch. It's just a lot harder. And that's really the main difference between current and legacy is that you have this ability to swap weapons or really quickly and without having to worry about the cooldowns. And that's what allows a lot of these glitches to happen. That and off-screen hitboxes, which were mostly removed.
Yes. Point is, with the weapon swap glitch, we can deal amount of damage that were not intended by the programmers at the beginning. That's breaking the game in various ways, and here we can see in Luigi's side. Oh, he didn't glitch the dragon. It's not too bad. I mean, sometimes if you deal enough damage, you can skip this the thunderstorm phase with 3-headed dragon, and you can simply freeze the dragon in second form and actually finish him off easily because there are very less things in the screen on the screen happening. Less hitbox, so it for sure is, but it's not faster. In the meantime, what really matters is that Luigi gets rid of the dragon, and now he's going to leave this island 2 for third island of the game. And here things start getting very tricky because we have a kind of battles that sometimes are very nasty. Ooh, Daka got the Beppy glitch at the very last moment possible. That was nailed it very well. Very risky also. And now he has to deal with the last phase of the battle with just 1 HP. This scary situation now. Looks like he should be able to do it. Let's see if he's playing very safe. He's killing all the dogs, and it's nice.
Luigi, on the other hand, not getting good BRNG here. Once you get into the second phase of Rumor Honeybottoms, she can either appear on the left, the right, or the middle of the screen. And ideally, we want to see her drop in the middle. That gives us the most chance to do damage to her, and that allows us to skip her entire last phase, like you see Luigi do there. So yeah, good fight from Luigi, despite the bad BRNG, which apparently is just tanking the entire tournament.
I mean, we are getting pretty much the better statistic. We are getting more or less statistically 1 out of 3 times, 3 races, which is the intended probability. So I mean, we're definitely on board with that. And Daka fighting the dragon. Luigi, oh no, this boss. Luigi fighting the one of the weirdest, absolutely weirdest, and even harder, I would say, fight of this run, which is the robot part.
Dragon.
Yeah. Meantime, Daka got the knockout with the dragon with the glitch I was talking before. And meantime, Luigi gets the quick kill, first try of the robot. This is the very important part of the run. I believe that this was one of the very last few spots Luigi could have messed up very badly, and from which Daka could have tried to save time. But now the worst for Luigi has almost come. And from now, I mean, the bosses are not easy, but for sure the battle are more linear, more straightforward. So there are way less chance for Luigi to die.
Yeah, that is a very major skip as far as time save is concerned. That skip, we saw Luigi finish the fight in like 15 seconds. Without the skip, it's well over a minute. So that's a very big place to save time. So much so that if Luigi hadn't gotten it, he probably would have reset in order to try it again.
Yes, I think in order to still be faster than the fight, you can reset early. Even resetting a couple of times, I mean 2 or 3 times, is still faster than playing the fight as intended by the developer. So you will never see in this category try someone go for the complete fight. I mean, it's just too slow compared to even try 3 or 4 times. Luigi actually finishing the Sally stage play fight, and Daka is having troubles at. Oh no, this is bad for Daka.
Oh. Okay.
That's for a hit. That's for a couple
of bit worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Of course, the last phase is a bit tricky, and there's lots on the screen going on, and staying alive is hard. But the point is, he definitely misses the second quick kill by I think a shot, because as long as the first roundabout connected, he got the knockout. So that was a hit. That was really unfortunate for them. Now he's approaching the robot fight. He definitely needs to nail it first try if he wants to still have a chance staying into this race. Otherwise, I think it's almost done for Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi is on one of the easiest fights in the race. Basically, Werner Werman is just a giant hitbox, and there's not a lot here that can really mess you up. So yeah, but this is immediately followed by one of the most RNG heavy fights in the game.
Yeah, the pirate fight RNG can sometimes be very awkward. Not in terms of time saver. I mean, the swings the RNG provides in the pirate fight is usually 6 or 7 seconds, which is not too much. The problem is that if you get bad patterns, the fight can be can get very harder than it usually is. Especially if you get the only pattern which is hard to cycle, you will see the moment in talking. And Daka now is facing Sally play. He actually got the robot skip first try, so props to Daka. He's definitely still trying to get at least a good time. I mean, even get a good race PB can be important for the race. It looks like Luigi got the bad RNG here. You have this pattern is very hard because, as you can see, Luigi needs to face another attack from Pirate. With every other attack he can have, 2 attacks are enough. So definitely Luigi lost time here. Gets the knockout. So this is an example of bad RNG. But as you can see, the time loss is not too much. I mean, the concern, especially in race, is more about difficulty to fight. Usually get 32, 31. RNG, he got 35, so RNG didn't really cost him too much time. And now Daka is actually fighting, going to fight Werner Werman, which, as you said, is one of the easiest fight of the game. I mean, there's nothing really to say about this fight. It's just the giant hitbox is a very easy attacks to dodge. So even having current patch is way more difficult than Legacy. Real Luigi on Calamaria, not the RNG you really want to see here in Calamaria. In Calamaria, what you usually want to see is an attack paired with a minion, like for instance this one or the Turtle. or even the goldfishes. Because with those, you can actually trigger the second phase in just one cycle instead of two, and that's generally faster.
This is also a fight you have to be very careful of. Most bosses using the weapon swap glitch allows you to speed up the fight significantly, but with Calamaria, if you do too much damage too quickly, you can actually soft lock it.
Yeah. Usually Luigi actually showcasing one of the most recent techniques that actually the community discovered for this category, which actually has been named after Luigi himself, the Luigi swaps, which allows you to actually shoot your EXs in flying stages and still performing the weapon swap glitch as you were not shooting EX, which basically means that you can do the weapon swap glitch and throwing the EX at the same time, which is usually something you cannot do it, but by timing correctly your button mashing, you can do it. So and it makes the fight way more faster, especially in a stage like Calamaria. In other also Wally Warbles. I mean, Calamaria Wally Warbles are the two stages where this is effectively used. I don't know if you noticed that, but Luigi actually was I think one tweet away from soft locking Calamaria. That was very close. Because as soon as he used the nuke, the Medusa, the third phase started, so that was very close. Daka now is getting decent times. No, he's still fighting, even though probably I wasn't watching it. Probably didn't get great RNG at the pirate, but still, he's still going for a good race time. Whereas Luigi's third phase of the railroad rat fight, our friend Train. My best friend here in this. This race. 56 is a great time. 56 is a great time. It means that he basically did everything almost at his own best. I mean, best time you can get is 53. Give you some references, but it's very rare to see it. It requires also a bit of good RNG, in a couple of small spots. Now Luigi is into the Inkwell Hell, trying to facing now King Dice first, and then the final fight, the Devil. The King died before actually has a.
Oh, Daka, no.
Oh no. That's I would like to say that's game for Luigi, unfortunately. I mean, everything can still happen, but at this point it seems very hard for Luigi to lose this race. I mean, everything can happen, I repeat. This is Cuphead. If Luigi dies at the very end of King dies, Daka gets back in all of a sudden into this race, but it seems like very hard, very unlikely to happen. As I was saying, King dies before actually letting us facing the devil himself as a little game to play with us. You see this board, which is basically playing a board tile game, where we actually roll a die. As long as depending on which tile we actually end up, we are going to face different bosses. We usually do the part we are gonna usually do is 2, 4, and 9, which are the easiest and the fastest bosses of the entire roster. So those are usually what the runners do. The 9 is actually pretty scary because it's the famous monkey skip, monkey glitch that we're gonna see in a moment. And this definitely can really, if you don't nail it correctly, can definitely make you lose a lot of time. Luigi is gonna approach the monkey very, very soon. Just time for a roll. Here we go. Let's see if Luigi gets the skip first try. If he needs to fight a little bit more before letting the monkey go off screen. Looks like he got it first try, no problem.
So what you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say normally what you have to do for that fight is play a game of memory and parry the cards in the back until you get a match, and doing so allows you to start damaging the monkey. And you have to do that 6 times in order to kill the monkey. But what happens there is if we parry the cards just right, right after the monkey bounces off the screen, he will fly off screen, and the game will check to see if the monkey is there. And since it's not, it'll just give you the win.
128. The incredible King Dice time for Luigi. Definitely pulling off a great run. Oh, and unfortunately Daka dies to the very last phase of the train. Sometimes there you have some little fireballs that you cannot really see him because you're more focused on trying to damage the bosses, and sometimes you have these little fireballs hanging around there. You don't see it, they actually can ambush you to death. That's what happened to Daka, unfortunately for him. Whereas Luigi now is the final boss, the final split of the round, the devil himself. There's a lot of advantage compared to Daka. Unfortunately, he got the spider, which is you really don't want to see the spider in this round, this fight, because it makes it significantly slower. I mean, during all the time the spider is off screen, we cannot actually damage the devil. This makes us lose a considerable amount of time. And Luigi will not happy by this RNG, but he's still going for a sub 24:30. I mean, bad RNG and bad stuff all around. This seems like an insane time for him. But first he needs to... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, we see Luigi there doing a very recent strat that was discovered. We call it Geo Buffer. And basically he pauses there in order to more quickly be able to start shooting the devil. And with that, actually, Luigi did finish up with a 24:29 in-game time. So GG Luigi.
GG Luigi, an impressive performance by Luigi here for us today. 24:29 is one of the best time we saw here thus far in the race. I think we saw some low 24, maybe a 24:15. But definitely, this is definitely among the top 3, top 4 performance this tournament thus far. Just to remember us that for the final win, Luigi is there, and Luigi will be definitely a threat to be reckoned with. If someone else wants to win this tournament, he has to do him. And this round definitely prove him. I would like to underline that right now Luigi is not grinding the game. He's not much active in the Cuphead scene right now. He's taking a sort of a break, and he started doing some runs here and there just for the tournament. But despite that, he's able to nail such great runs, and it's very impressive by Luigi. Very impressive. But still, well, we still have Daka that needs to finish this run. He's on a pace for I'd say a sub 29, which is a respectable time for all bosses regular legacy, especially in races. However, he has 2 HP, so I haven't seen if there are other hearts over the tiles he's interested in. So let's see. He still has a heart on the 9, so it's gonna face the devil with 3 HP, which is what we want to always do. Because we actually want to tank or the card working on the horizontally on the floor, and in the meantime just damaging straight the boss without worrying about that. And if you have 3 HP, you can do it.
Well, in the meantime, while Daka's finishing up, we do have Luigi here in chat with us.
Oh,
GG
yeah,
Luigi.
Hello guys.
Hi Luigi. Doing well. Congrats for the win, first of all.
Thank you.
And congrats for the time. I mean, it's an impressive time, 24:29, which is a great time. And I know you didn't even get good RNG.
Yeah,
run.
Exactly. I actually was counting the whole bad RNGs during the run, and oh boy, that was a lot of bad RNGs over the whole run. So I just wanted to say, before an interview, I just wanted to say to the whole Cuphead community, if you complain about RNG, that it's too hard or the game is not that fun because of the RNG, that's what makes Cuphead fun, the RNG. You need to adjust to every situation, and yes, I got a lot of bad RNGs. Yes, I lose bunch of seconds because of that. But that's only just a second. If you're going for the world record, yes, that time really matters. But most of the runners have that opportunity. They're going for the PBs, not for world records. So they can enjoy the runs. So don't complain about RNG. Just get used to them and be prepared for everything. That's what makes this game fun.
You're right. This is definitely the good. This is definitely the good attitude. I mean, RNG here doesn't really move. It doesn't really swing amounts for big swings. I mean, even with bad or pirate RNG, you can still get 35, 36. Whereas the optimal time is around 32, 31, 33. So it's not too bad. And man, Luigi, you should never play SMB3 because I mean, the RNG can be very nasty.
No, I'm not gonna play that one.
Here in Cuphead is... of course, if you're going for the world record, it matters, but for races... I mean, for very close races, it can still matter, I mean...
Exactly, but I mean, doing this raid, there was a lot of situations I was at 1 HP just because of the bad RNGs. And yeah, that was exactly what makes this game intensive, because you just need to do your best to not die in situations like that. The best moment of this race, in my opinion, was Calamaria. I'm not sure if anyone noticed what happened, but when I used the first nuke, well, that was really nice frame bounce, and they showed the best of beauty of the Calamaria.
Yeah, you got actually that one. You were actually I think one hit from soft locking. I actually noticed that. So.
I'm not sure. Honestly, when you're getting this pattern, as long as you're dodging some of the bullets, you shouldn't get the soft lock. But if you're gonna connect all the bullets somehow doing dodging, then yeah, you can soft lock it pretty easy. But because I needed to go back and dodge because of the pattern I got, I just knew I shouldn't soft lock. And well, luckily I did it.
Yeah, definitely. That would have cost you at least 20 to 30 seconds, whereas Daka just finished this round with a time of a lot less time of 30 minutes, 27 seconds. GG to Daka. Despite despite a couple of deaths and a couple of troubles here and there, managed to finish a good run, I would say. He got unlucky here and there, but still a good performance from Daka.
Did he get the RNG?
No, he did not. I think he got also more or less your same RNG. Bad RNG at Pirate. I don't remember Calamaria. Actually died Calamaria a couple of times.
Oh yeah, House of Running Bit. Yeah, and there was just a lot of bad RNGs during the whole run. So it only shows that sub 25 is pretty possible with any RNG, in my opinion.
He actually got very unlucky because he died very early. Ribbon Crocs. Oh, so we have Daka here. Hi Daka.
Hello.
So GG for the run. Unfortunately, a couple of episodes that really compromised your run, your performance. But still, 30 minutes, 27 seconds is it's a good time, I would say. You were against a monster, so I mean, Luigi is a strong runner. He nailed an impressive time, 24 minutes 29. But you're definitely improving. You're definitely getting closer to, I mean, the top times. So as I said in the introduction, but no one was able to listen to me because apparently we were not. I mean, the audio was not live as the video was. We are definitely getting closer and closer to the best runners. So you're definitely a threat for the tournament, in particularly for me, since I am in your same group. And,
yeah.
But today, I mean, it happens. You had a very unfortunate death to Ribbon Clocks, and from there, I mean, you played quite well. Now other very unfortunate deaths. Volley Warbles, I remember you got cornered, and that's it.
Yeah. I want to say it was a bad run, but I had like 6 golds throughout, and I like lowered my sum of best by like 10 seconds. So I mean, there's some good in between the bad, but yeah, overall, I'm not very happy with my performance. Obviously, I'm like 4 minutes off of my PB with this run. I did a lot of like really silly mistakes and like just chokes, like trying to parry the tail on Phantom Express and missing it and dying.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, and just like silly things like that. And so yeah.
Yeah, time to dust his tails and to arrive to the. I believe that we are gonna have. I think we are gonna face each other in the last round. I think that's likely gonna be the decisive match. I mean, we still have. There are still other runners that can actually threat us, but I mean that's the red day here to circle many reds circle on your calendar, because that would be the most important match. I'm gonna train for that because I'm actually looking forward to it. And we also have Dino and Justin that can still. I mean that's a very balanced group.
Really tight.
Yeah. That's a very balanced group. I think it's the best group of the tournament because I mean, apart from Luigi, but all the other runners are there. There's not much difference between
Yeah,
all
I
the other
agree.
runners.
That's what I'm glad that I got all of my mistakes out, hopefully, this round against Luigi, since this was really my match to lose. GG, by the way, Luigi.
Yeah, GG indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, you did some pretty good fights, as you said. You got a lot of goals, and then I mean, you did some mistakes that very cost you a lot of time. Dying at the end of Ribby and Crocs. You actually got a try there.
The end of Ribby, the end of Wally, the end of Phantom, the end of Devil. Basically, all of my deaths were like right at the end of fights. It was really.
Also the BRNG wasn't. I mean, you missed the second.
Yeah, I didn't have any platform, so I didn't know what to do. I was pretty upset.
Yeah, but that situation is better. Just okay, I cannot kill you straight away in second phase. I mean, just do your stuff. I'm gonna take this 3-4 seconds, but in a race context, it's better staying alive rather than just okay.
Yeah, and Briny, I got the 2 machine gun, and the second one was the 2 bullets, and unfortunately I couldn't get the pattern in time, so I had to wait for a third, and it was just sharks. I was just like standing there like, god damn it. Yeah, but that's alright.
Even Luigi got your same path. So. Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
At the end, so I was able to kill him faster than usually, but yeah, I also get that 2 bullet pattern.
Nice.
It's really hard to. So, any other thoughts for you runners? Do you want to add something, Salmon? Do you want to add other comments? Do you want to say something else?
I was going to say that I think it looks like on the schedule. I think it's messed up. I think Luigi, you're facing Mr. Dino next, and Daka, you're facing Justin. So I don't. If you have any thoughts on those upcoming matches, I'm sure we'd like to hear them.
I mean, Dino is definitely a good runner, which played this game basically from the beginning. So he's definitely experienced. So that's gonna be an interesting one, in my opinion. We'll see how it's gonna go.
Yeah, for me and Justin, we're super close on PBs. I think he just recently got a sub 26, and I'm basically right there myself, so it's going to be a really close one, I think.
Yeah, tomorrow there's going to be the other match of the same round between me and Mr. Dino himself. That's going to be very important for the dynamics, so future dynamics of the group, of course. Especially if Mr. Dino wins, I mean that things gets very spicy.
Oh yeah.
And so it's gonna be very interesting, and actually a bit scary by that match. It's gonna happen tomorrow. But before that, I'm gonna remember you guys that we are gonna have I don't think we still have the channel yet, Salmon.
The same channel, I believe.
Yeah, the same channel here in an hour and 20 minutes. Technically scheduled for double right now, but that may change depending on Teddy's internet. But we have Weliso and APOC, and Teddy and 2C+. So both are going to be pretty good matches, I think.
That's a double.
Yeah, it's a double match, so double action, double fun, double everything. Yeah. So yeah.
Double bad RNG.
Double bad RNG, yes.
Definitely gonna have to tune into that one.
Let's hope for good RNG and good runs. I mean, all of them are great runners, so I can expect a great show for the coming hour. Per se, the match is gonna happen in 1 hour and 20, so very short. And yeah, I think that we are. And of course, I wanna remember that tomorrow we're gonna have another match at 3 p.m. Channel is still yet to be decided between me and Mr. Dino. So definitely check that out if you want more Cuphead action. And then we're gonna have other matches. I don't have the schedule right now, so. But there's definitely more and more happening. We're basically at the end of round 2, so they're definitely reaching the halfway point of the group stages, and I will see how things will evolve. I mean, it's far a pretty exciting tournament, I would say. Lots of good races, good runners, and good stuff. So I think we reached the end of this of today's race. So I'd like to thank you all of you for playing with us, for watching, for commentating, for everything. Of course, big thanks for Daka and Luigi who provide us with an excellent show, 2 good runs with 2 good performances. I'd like, of course, to thank Salmon Buffalo for the commentary, for commentating with me, and also for helping me and hosting this tournament. And yeah, of course, I would like to thank Split Gaming for actually allowing us to run the tournament, to provide live streaming, live commentary, and they are doing an excellent job. So props to them, props to Split Gaming, props to Daisy Sweden, all this stuff that work behind the scene for make all of this happens. I think that on the other Split Gaming schedule there's a lot going on. I don't wanna know all the stuff that's happening. So I mean, thanks everyone for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.
See you guys.
See ya.